The Women's Euros finally gets underway in Switzerland later. Still a few days, though, to wait for both England and Wales to get their tournament started. Geraint Hughes is with the Wales camp and will be with you very, very soon, Geraint. But first, Anton Toloui is with the England camp in Zurich. We didn't see Geraint, but we will see you in a second. Anton, we've got you, don't you worry. Now, all 23 players were out training today, including Lauren James. Is it fair to say there may be a little bit of a decision to be made whether she plays the opener or not?
Yeah, I think that's what England will be gambling over the next few days. They'll be assessing Lauren James's fitness and whether she's ready to start. But obviously, England's starting 11, we pretty much know for the France game, but maybe one or two places still up for grabs. So I think Lauren James, considering the fact she's only got 15 minutes under her belt in the last 3 months after coming back from a hamstring injury, the more sort of obvious sort of solution would be for her to come off the bench, which is still a fantastic weapon for England to have, because obviously this game against France could set the tone for the whole group stage, I suppose, because look, France are a very, very good team in very, very good form. These two teams both ranked in the top 10 of FIFA's rankings. So it could be England's most difficult game at the group stage, and to have Lauren James as a potential weapon to alter the second half if England need it will be something that Sarina Wiegman will be absolutely delighted about. So yeah, England had a very hot, sweltering training session today. Lauren James came through it. It's her third week of training. She's trending in the right direction. I suppose we'll find out from Sarina Wiegman later in the week whether she's ready to start or not.
Yeah, it'd be one to watch, but whether she's off the bench or starting, I'm sure will be good for England. Now, when England won the Euros back in 2022, Anton, Sarina Wiegman was kind of renowned for the super subs and the impact they had. Who do you think could be those players off the bench this year?
Yeah, the Sarina shuffle, around 60 minutes, she'd make a couple of changes, wouldn't she? She'd bring on a young Ella Toone and a young Alessia Russo, and obviously they came on to make huge impacts, with Toone scoring vital goals, including in the final, and Russo scoring 4 goals off the bench during the tournament. This time around, again, because we know England's starting 11 pretty much, or at least sort of most of England's starting 11, it means obviously we know the substitutes. And I don't think you can look much further than Aggie Beever-Jones, considering she's had such a strong couple of seasons with Chelsea. She's already got an international hat-trick under her belt. She came off the bench and scored against Jamaica the other day. And obviously she can play not just as a number 9, but also out wide. And Sarina Wiegman has been talking in the last couple of camps about how impressed she's been with the Chelsea forward. It sounds as though she's going to have a huge role at this tournament. Again, not from the start, but definitely off the bench, and not necessarily in the same sort of role that Russo had 3 years ago. Because she can play across the front three, she can impact the game in different ways. So she's definitely a player that in training today, you could tell, trying to make an impact, trying to make sure the coach notices her, trying to make sure that she's the first player off the bench when England need her.
Anton, we'll be back with you soon, I'm sure. Thank you so much. Geraint, there you are. We missed you earlier. Look, Geraint, it looks pretty warm where you are. How are the team dealing with the conditions?
Yeah, listen, they are hot, it's uncomfortable, but there is a plan. There's madness in this plan when you come out in this kind of heat. But Wales deliberately trained today hard. At 31 degrees, it peaked for them. It's hotter now. It's up to 33 now, but the team have all left. But part of their programme here this week includes a week's acclimatisation in Portugal last week. And then today was a hard session. We were allowed to actually film for a little bit longer than we normally do because they were doing drills. They were doing at least 20 to 25 minutes more of drills, which were getting progressively faster and faster and faster. Good to see Sophie Ingle in that as well today. A miracle that she was even able to be selected. She suffered a horrendous ACL injury last September while playing for Chelsea. Given 10 to 12 months out, but somehow she's got back in 9 months, but has made all the medical checks she should do. And out here, it's looking pretty good. A lot of the players saying to Sophie, wow, we didn't think you'd be this fast, you'd be this sharp, you'd have this stamina. Sophie's feeling good as well. Caught up with her a little bit earlier today as well to have a chat about that injury as well, and just really get an insight from her about what she's had to do to overcome such a horrible injury, but also be at peak fitness, because she has to be at peak fitness to represent Wales at their first major tournament.
A lot of hard work, a lot of trust in my medical team at club, a lot of trust at the FAW as well. And yeah, just hard work. I think you have to take the process really slowly. which I did, and let the knee settle the first few months and then really push on and, do the extreme. I think firstly when the squad announcement happened, it was, we still had a good few weeks before the first game, so I think I still had to tick a few things off the rehab list in terms of, whether it's completing small-sided games, completing 11v11, all those little things. I'm feeling really good. I think that's the main thing. I feel confident in myself, and like you said, I look normal.
Remarkable recovery for Sophie Ingle. Now, Geraint, Wales don't play until Saturday, but there is a bit of Welsh interest on the games tonight. Can you just tell us why?
Yeah, I think a lot of the squad, apart from the fact they're going to be utterly exhausted back at their team hotel now, because today was deliberately a hard session to load in the heat. They'll taper down now ahead of their first game against the Netherlands on Saturday. But this evening, the opening match is obviously the hosts are playing Switzerland in Basel against Norway. Norway are managed by somebody very, very familiar to a lot of the Wales players, to the FAW as well. Gemma Granger is the manager of Norway. Until January of last year, Gemma was the boss, the head coach, the manager of the Wales team. And very much part of the building blocks, the foundations that we're seeing out here, the fact that Wales are here in Switzerland for these Euros. Yes, Rhian Wilkinson has taken it to another level, but Gemma Granger very much part of that progression. She nearly, I mean so nearly, got them to a World Cup in 2023. It was literally in the dying seconds of extra time that they got beaten by Switzerland in a playoff final. So heartbreaking that, but Gemma's moved on to look after Norway, but she's a very popular figure as well. So I've been told by a number of the players their plans are tonight are to chill out, get away from football for a bit, do some daft stuff as well, have some nice food, and then maybe keep an eye on the games, especially that Switzerland-Norway game tonight, to see how Gemma Granger, the former Wales manager, gets on.